NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presenting round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. .25 yards. Now the approach here at number one, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those two bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Back to the action here at the second. It's a par 3, demanding hole, Frank, isn't it?
Longest par 3 on the golf course. Slightly downhill, but you need every advantage here. It requires your best.
Good chance at one. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
Good.
Well, you don't want to compound the error. Out of bounds, and now back on the tee with a provisional. This one has to be in play. Now, this will be counted as the 4th shot after going OB on that previous shot. Oh, boy, a drop shot here at the third. Locked in on the read and the speed. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
And now back over to the 4th. Even par through the early portion of this second round. Frank, not a bad spot.
Yeah, sort of rocking on ready, sitting on go. That's what it looks like right now.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Continuing to play well, a birdie. Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green. It's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. On the green, and a chance for birdie. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, the 6th is a big, brawny par 5, and it can be scary as well with all of that water.
And if you're a history buff, you'll remember in 1998, John Daly made 18. Beat that? Well, you're a little better than John.
What's wrong with 18? If you break it down, Frank, that's actually 3 pars and an eagle. By my math, that's pretty good work.
But you got 17 other holes to play.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the par 3-7, Frank, it's just under 200 yards.
It's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side. So you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker. So it's still a daunting tee shot. Oh, this is right at it.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And now he has this for the birdie. That's a birdie. And that's a good position from which to make a weekend move. Comfortably inside the cut line. Still with plenty of time left in this tournament. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Should be safely on deck.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10. How good has the swing tempo been?
has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here, Frank?
The water down the left, but the hole keeps going that way, almost in a semi-horseshoe fashion. 2 bunkers down the right. They always catch the stray tee shot, but once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, another good hole to par 4 11th, looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side, that has to be respected. And a green, really, where you've got to favour the right side, or at least right at middle.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Little redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday. Just misses.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
I like the looks of this one. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Unstoppable right now. That's an eagle. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
He has this for a birdie. Continuing to putt with confidence. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good, clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunkered at the back, bunkered to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's hit your best.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the 15th, big dogleg right here. What's the best way to go, Frank?
Really down the left side. It's very tempting to try and hit it across that bunker, but not only do you have to carry the bunker, you've also got to carry those little shrubs down the right side. That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. The Bay Hill Club & Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Oh, yeah, an eagle. What a putt. Frank, par 3 17. Daunting shot. What are you thinking as you step onto this tee?
Just make 3. 2 is...
This one has a chance to be close. On the green in regulation. Just 5 feet left. Not a problem from there, right in the middle. Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour at Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez holed out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you've got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Oh, it's perfect. That is a huge opening tee shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up. What a great start.
Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
And this is looking really good. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Wow, what a birdie. Frank, now to the third hole, and where's the trouble here? That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to remind yourself of. There's a bunker all the way down the right side. That's a good place to aim. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. In for par. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the fourth hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
It certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you. Oh, I liked that.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards.
Second shot.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Good putt. Frank, now to the fifth. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4, in 1. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, talk
about it, Rich. I don't like the look of the hole. It's too tough. It intimidates everybody.
I can't imagine what players would be feeling walking up to this tee box.
Yeah, stand there. You'll find out.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way.
It's an awkward length.
The eagle has landed. Wow. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green. Flags above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop.
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Now at the 8th, and Frank, this really is a clever design, fun hole to play.
Very pretty hole. That bunker down the left, just over 300 yards. Ideally, you just work it off that bunker.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
That one came right off the meat of the bat. He was really laid into that.
More than got a piece of that.
Frank, you want to make the turn in style? We're here at the 9th, the approach shot, and what are we looking at?
Big green, one of the biggest on the golf course. This hole's changed a lot with equipment over the years, so long iron, even a mid-iron for some people, to a very generous green. Just pitch it on the front third, and you'll be having a birdie putt here at 9.
Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Oh, solid strike. Right.
That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not? Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, what an incredible shot. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And it sets up 6 or a 7 on.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Well, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see 2 par 5s back-to-back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare.
Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. And this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
We knew it right away, Frank. That's a good one.
Solid.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
In the hole and the birdie. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, when he goes after it like he is here.
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. That is an absolute seed. I mean, he just ripped a bullet down the fairway. Oh my goodness, 375 yards. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle, and the lead widens. Frank, par 3 17. Don't.
3. 2 is a huge bonus. Take 3 in a heartbeat.
This could be a good one.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
You really have to look at the amount of green you've got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
He's putting for par now. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, now one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill. It's the 18th, scene of quite a bit of history through the years.
Yeah, if you can hit a tee shot around 300 yards, it's going to give you about 150 in. So that's the goal here. The tee shot, wide fairway, but once again, second shot.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This one just requires a little bit of focus. And he makes it for par. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. Great start.
Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around. Surely not.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Makes it right in the center. Frank, now to the third hole here at Bay Hill. If you have a case of the snap hooks, you're in some serious trouble here.
You're going to run out of golf balls here as well, but a good tee shot's going to leave you something like 150, 160 yards into a very narrow green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Frank, this is one of my favorite shots at Bay Hill, the second at number 3.
It's such a cool-looking hole,
It
Rich.
is.
That water, it just pops out there on the left side. It scares the living daylights out of you. But if you can hit an aggressive shot there, often that breeze is coming off the left, and just keep it in the middle of the green. Those ridges often kick that ball towards the hole.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Sinks the putt for birdie. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
Certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green.
Just a bit offline.
Yeah, the hard work's coming up now, though. That's a long way away.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. See if our featured golfer can get a little something positive going here, Frank. It has been a miserable day.
Yeah, things have just appeared too tough. So really just somehow just eradicate everything you've been thinking right now. Realize this green's big enough. Just get something on the green. Opportunity maybe for a birdie.
These putts keep the round together.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Now at the par 3-7, Frank is just under 200 yards.
It's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side. So you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker. So it's still a daunting tee shot.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Second shot, good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just has the feel today. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Try again here today. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And then it sits up 6 or a 7 on.
Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long and straight.
Tape measure shot. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So close. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. I like the looks of this one. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down, 250. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is classy.
Well, a chance of going in.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dogleg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, this is a great hole late in the round. Par 5 and a chance to really make up some ground or extend the lead. I mean, you can make some things happen here.
Shortest of the 4 par 5s and reachable for just about everyone. But really, it's the second shot. The better the tee shot, the easier you make that second shot.
Caught that one flush, Frank. That was beautiful.
What was the movie again? Dead, solid, perfect.
Frank, into the finishing stretch now, and really a good chance to make something happen.
Big swing hole here, 16, very reachable, but consequently, too, you've got to hit a great second shot. They've changed this green, especially that left side. Left and short, you're going to come back to the water, but such a great reward for a nice, cool, high-hanging second shot.
Frank, par 3 17. Daunting shot. What are you thinking as you step onto this tee?
Just make 3. 2 is a huge bonus. Take 3 in a heartbeat.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Frank looks like maybe the greatest bunker player of all time right there.
He's making a name for himself today. You could certainly put him up there with Gary Player, Severiano Ballesteros. That was just a great bunker shot.
And that's in for a par. You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
To win the Arnold Palmer Invitation. Good putt. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory. coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Well, that's just how you envision it when you walk to the first tee. High and deep, right in the middle of the fairway. Good way to start.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
Here at the par 3 second hole, just about 170 yards. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
So a par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. Second shot here in the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left. So you can land that ball in the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie.
It's that sneaky distance. Now putt for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Just a couple of feet. -1, getting early going. And we pick up action at the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
He goes after it like he is here.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the wily golf instructor makes his birdie. Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, that just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or rough or the fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
Just in those days, it was a 53-degree sand iron. Yeah.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Hold on, maybe there is a chance for the win. That eagle moving the player into the top 10.
Just when we're focused at the top of the leaderboard, there's a lot of movement there in the middle of the field.
Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards, a par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods. The longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot.
That was just a beautiful drive. You hit it solid and right in the middle. All right, Frank, it'd be fun to watch the players have a go at this second shot here at the par 5-7.
Yeah, this green is well protected left and right by those bunkers, but thread the needle and, well, you might just nick yourself another birdie or an eagle.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. One or two more like that, Frank. They're going to go from third all the way to the top.
And no stopping.
Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Good birdie right there and good score. How about 8 under for the tournament? So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier. That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 ninth, what are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just that the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left to right. You've got 2 choices. Just sort of aim it a little bit left, let it kick down the hill, or just try and sort of turn it back towards the flag.
Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
So he's hit it inside 30 feet, not his best, but still a chance.
Yeah, the odd 28-footer, and that's exactly what it is. I've seen a few of those go down.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the two little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Locked in on the read and the speed. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Well, now the par 4s begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Reg. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. It's a masterclass in short game.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, this is a big green. A good chance coming up ahead here for eagle, at least a birdie. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And getting ready for the putt. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
This is EA Sports. EGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
It's gone for a little extra. Rich, that is annihilation of the golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie.
Great start.
On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. On the green, and a chance for birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third? Just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
Wow, he moved that a long way right in the fairway.
All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's that sneaky distance.
Wow, I thought he made that.
It just seems an absolute waste. Got to take your time. Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance.
Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
Yeah, the ball's going to go further. Obviously, you get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 fourth.
That will be a great look at birdie. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Riley golf instructor makes his birdie.
Frank, what's the key here at the 5th hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side, that is classy.
I have a chance of going in.
Really not much to this. The only issue. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
Birdie try up next. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. So maybe just a tough putt to read, Frank.
Well, I think you're kind there, Rich. 2 feet from that distance. That's the scoring zone.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. 602-yard par 5, 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here so far he had an iron in.
And he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Well, this could be good. Just an excellent shot right there. About 5 feet away. Good chance. So this is the 3rd shot to the par 5. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Well done. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favour the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. See if our featured player can do something right today.
Yeah, when you're swinging well, obviously target looks as big as a barn, but on days like today, everything looks difficult.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Locked in on the lead and the speed. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Ooh. This is an awkward length.
He'd settle for par here. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Nothing wrong with that par putt. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here and grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
You knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. right down the middle of the fairway. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Trying to make yet another birdie. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
And it makes the green in regulation. Getting set now over the putt. Right in the heart. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit. Rich, there's such a big advantage. You tee it up on a peg there. It should be an easy shot, but remember, this is the most powerful club in the bag. This is the one that you have to nail out of the middle of club face.
Demonstrating there and really all day that he is one of the best drivers of the golf ball in the sport. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Yeah, wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Has it. That's birdie. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second from an excellent lie. Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, it always seems to come down to this, your work on the putting green.
And there's so many things to consider, but first and foremost, speed. If you were to putt firm, it's going to take less break. You hit it soft, it's going to take more break. I'm loving that balance.
That one came right off the meat of the bat. He really laid into that.
More than got a piece of that.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Here we go. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good putt. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today it's live third round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
A great start.
On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Frank, how about the first par 5 of the golf course here at the third? Just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable. That's a ginormous tee shot.
All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there, and yeah, good thing too, he's actually putting well.
Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at
this is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, fifth hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the fifth?
Once again, with a good drive, you're left with a scoring club. By that I mean a short iron. Gives you a lot more options and a lot more flags you can go at. Even with a flag in the back left with a scoring club in hand, you can virtually just go straight at that. The ball will not kick too much once it hits the green.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the sixth hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4.
Well, when he goes after what he is here, that is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards of par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. It's 602 yards these days for a long hitter.
What are you saying? It's a drive and a 7-iron?
That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods, the longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. That's as bad a shot as I've seen for a long while.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good effort and good par putt. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular. Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
The third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s and 3 par 4s. This one not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up, You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here. Oh, this is right at it.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
He just pushed it.
That hurts. Continues to roll the ball very well. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot also.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. This is a 9-footer. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than their 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first two-thirds of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
And this is looking really good. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Score that a birdie. This hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, take us down. Give us the player's eye view on this second shot here at 14.
I kind of like a second shot a little lower than normal here. It just seems to shape up to this green. Obviously, you're protecting against going left while you're trying to go directly at the flag. So just something a little lower than normal, I think, would be the go.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Chance to get it close here. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4 is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker, you should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That will be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Solid par. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards of par 4, that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Wow, I thought he made that. So the eagle goes begging, and still has this for birdie. Good roll. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Good putt. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's the final round of the Alberta Classic.
Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. Good swing, good shot yet again. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Frank, how about the par 3 second hole?
The first of 5 par 3s the players will play today, Rich. This one's surrounded by bunkers, but certainly one of the shorter par 3s. So with a good tee shot here, you can imagine you could easily get a putt inside 10 to 15 feet for birdie.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Count it. That's a birdie. Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here at par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes or you're losing ground to the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up and let it fly, and you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Second shot here in the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left. So you can land that ball in the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Well read.
Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at
This is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, that the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
Just a pure strike, and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the 3rd bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Now to the long par 5, 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up.
It's that sneaky distance.
Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle, and the lead widens. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
The distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
That's in the fairway. Well, Frank, what do you like here? Second shot to this par 5.
I like just the general terrain, Rich. Even though the water's on the right side, you want to keep away from that, which actually makes that ball go towards the general upslope of the green.
Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, we begin this back 9 with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
Great too.
Beautiful. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally, down the left side, it avoids that pine tree. that's further down.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Safely aboard.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Stroke that with authority.
Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So just a formality here.
Well, this is a good hole right here. Par 3, 225 yard, 13th. Frank, what do you think?
Well, it's called sulfur. I can't remember what element that is on a periodic table, but the hardest thing here is not to figure that out, but figure out what club you're going to use. Just a fraction downhill, just over 200 yards. It does narrow up when they start to stick the flag in the back, but there's a nice fat target there, sort of those first two-thirds of the green.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie try again here today.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one.
Frank, this second shot to the par 4 15th is what you might call a professional's shot. Explain why.
Yeah, there's always an advantage if a better player can shape a shot. So you have a long second shot, but just the way this green is, notice there's a slightly better entry from the left side. So the better player would try and hit a little fade in there. That's what might appear. That might appear the safest shot coming in, but it's going to actually give you the best chance of hitting it close. General run-of-the-mill shot, sometimes you just bash it away over that right bunker, but it's not really the way in which that hole's designed.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Settles in over the putt. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. See if they can let loose with a good one here from 160 yards. Second shot. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. That is a solid par putt. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole.
Should be safely on deck.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline. Comfortably knocks it in.
What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books, and look who finished.
To go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.